So multiplayer games seem to suck nowadays, even though they have both ranked modes and unranked modes. And I mean, that should cover all the bases, right? You have an option for the competitive folks and an option for people playing simply for fun. So what's missing? Well, I think it's about what playing for fun actually means and what reasons people have to play games at all. Of course, different people have different reasons to play, and all people probably have a mixture of many reasons that they do play games. You might pick up Red Dead Redemption 2 for its story and to experience its world and characters. You might play a game like Street Fighter to engage in competition, and you might boot up Minecraft to be creative and express yourself. Or you might launch an MMO to just socialize while doing something with your hands. However, I think one of the most common reasons why people play games is achieving goals. Whether you want to reach the end credits of a game, or you want to beat an arcade game without losing any lives, or you want to map out your entire Minecraft world, you're setting a goal for yourself and you are working towards it. And if you're motivated by this kind of thing, you're enjoying making progress, you're enjoying feeling yourself make progress, and you're enjoying the things that you do in order to work towards the goal. And if you look at the multiplayer shooters that were popular before ranked systems, you'll see that devs definitely tapped into this goal-oriented motivation. Both Call of Duty and Battlefield had systems to unlock new weapons, new gear, new perks, and when you unlocked everything there was to unlock, Call of Duty just told you, hey, click the prestige button and do it all again, because chasing that next carrot is how you motivated yourself to play, and it was genuinely fun. And again, this was fun because 1, you were making progress, unlocking things. 2, you felt that progress because the things you unlocked were impactful. And 3, the game challenged you. It made you use different tools or have a different playstyle in order to achieve some kind of specific goal that unlocked something new. And compare that to now. What goals can you set for yourself in casual modes in multiplayer games? The only thing you can really do is progress the battle pass, but that's boring as shit. You don't feel that you make progress because the battle pass rewards don't actually impact your gameplay, and the things that you have to do to progress in the battle pass aren't interesting at all. It's usually just play matches or buy weapons. Like, it's not specific to the battle pass at all, it just happens in the background. But what about playing to just get better? I mean, Unreal Tournament and Quake didn't have weapon unlocks, right? So clearly it's not necessary. Well, games are designed differently now. The first thing is, of course, skill-based matchmaking, which everyone talks about. When you get better, you don't start being higher on a scoreboard. You don't find yourself having an easier time beating most players. You just get into tougher lobbies where you're still an average player with an average win rate and an average overall experience. Unless you're still in the phase of climbing to your real rank, or you're so good that there's no equally skilled players to match you up against, you will have a 50% win rate and generally average performance. This means you don't feel your progress because the experience stays the same. Your MMR, whether visible in ranked or invisible in casual, changes in the background. Another problem appears if you decide that your rank is an indication of your skill and progress means reaching a higher rank. This forces you to play in an unfun way, because what, you wanna play with friends who are worse? No, you can't. Maybe you wanna try a new hero or character, whatever they're called in that specific game. No, that's stupid, you're gonna lose RR and actively get further away from your goal. What about if you're just sleepy that day and you're not going to play your best? Well, again, you're going to lose progress. And that's assuming your performance even matters at all. Remember the days of 40-person lobbies where 2 people on one team can just decide the result of the match by absolutely destroying the enemy team are gone. Most shooters are now designed around teamwork, and that's what decides most matches. This means every person on your team has some kind of job that you personally cannot make up for if they don't do it well. And because your own personal performance doesn't really affect the amount of MMR you win or lose, well, you have no reason to try in matches. Because since you're just 10% of the variables that determine the result, and the difference between you doing your best and just playing on autopilot isn't that large, well, you just queue up to see whether the matchmaking will put you on the better team or the worse team next time. So a ranked system punishes you for losing, which is the time where you're supposed to learn the most, meaning it creates a negative connotation with learning and improving. It doesn't care about your level of performance, so it doesn't encourage you to actually put in effort. It allows you to get further away from your goal while you put in your best effort. And also, even if you do make progress, you can't even fucking feel it. And I think it sounds like I'm arguing that personal performance should be what determines your rank. But I don't think that's possible to set up. Maybe you're playing a tactical shooter and the enemy team never comes to your side. Well, your stats are gonna be low. Maybe one of your teammates is crashing the enemy team so much that you don't even get an opportunity to get kills and your stats are still low. Maybe you play without playstyle or role on the team that just doesn't give you enough kills. Maybe you or the part of the map you're responsible for is being very targeted by the enemy team and it impacts your stats as well. How would an automated system adjust for all of that? I also talked about the COD and Battlefield progression systems, but these have gigantic issues nowadays as well. I mean, you can put them into the casual game mode if you design them really carefully, because one person playing in a goofy way has much more impact now than it used to in the old titles. And I don't know how possible it is to design missions that make you play out of your comfort zone, do interesting, unusual things, but still not affect your performance. And then there's ranked. Do you keep the locked items still unavailable to players even in the competitive game mode? Or do you just allow them to use those and completely destroy the sense of progression in the casual one? Both options are terrible. So that's about it. I wanted to talk about this idea even though I know it's not the only thing wrong with modern multiplayer shooters. Like ranked is inherently toxic. Not making sequels limits how games can change over time and it decreases the variety that we have on the market. We have issues with gambling being normalized by loot boxes and limited time events and whatever other monetization schemes exploiting FOMO. But yeah, this is an idea that I haven't really seen discussed much.